What is up, everybody? It's VCell Zoe 12 Millie Chaser DFS. We got a Millie Maker for week 2, $20 Millie Maker on Draftkings. Hope you guys took advantage of the Canelo one punch last night. Didn't get the win. Did get one punch on pick 6. So if you guys are new here, you can sign up using the link in my description. Thank you to Draftkings, our partners, for giving us this opportunity. Let's break it down. Let's start with Cincinnati versus Jacksonville. We got Joe Burrow against Trevor Lawrence. Cincinnati's going to be the favorites here. Joe Burrow 6,600. Joe Burrow 6,600. Trevor Lawrence 5,600. Trevor Lawrence a little bit disappointing last week. Tonight against Cincinnati's defense. Defense that he should be able to take advantage of. We got a 49.5 total. I think that's the highest on this main slate. Bengals are minus 3.5. Burrow at 66, super in play. Trevor Lawrence, I think it's a good bounce back spot. Liam Cohen's going to draw up some plays for him. Running back, I like Chase Brown, 6,800. If Burrow disappoints, I think Burrow's going to be the chalk. If Burrow disappoints, I could see it being because Chase Brown was a big reason. Jamar Chase, 8,100. Brian Thomas, 6,700. Chase going to be chalky. It's always a good play. Brian Thomas, 6,700. Didn't get there last week. He did get the rushing touchdown. Only $600 more than T. Higgins. I think BTJ could be a little bit sleepy. A little bit sneaky. ETN, 5,700. Not the worst. Brenton Strange, I think, is a pretty good tight end play at 36. I like Harold Fadden a lot, but Brenton Strange could be a pretty good play for just a little bit more money. Very involved last week. New York Giants against Dallas. Dak 5,900. Very good play. Russell Wilson 5,100. I was on Russ last week. Man, that didn't work out. I probably won't be playing any Russ lineups today. 5,900 Dak. I think I can get behind that. Jamal 5,800. Not bad. Looked good last week. I'm going to be playing different running backs, but against the Giants, good pass rush. Maybe they just run it up their gut. CD 7,800, I think, is one of my favorite wide receiver plays on the slate. Malik Neighbors, he's going to get force fed. It's just, can they get it to him? 5,800 on Pickens, not a bad play. I think a Dak double stack here, Dak, CD, and Pickens is more than viable. Could also throw in Ferguson, 3,800. Better tight ends I like, but still, 44.5 point total, 5.5 point favorites, Dallas. San Fran against New Orleans, and I'm just gonna play McCaffrey. Doesn't mean it's gonna work, but I'm just gonna play him. He just gets the ball so much. He looked awful last week and still got, I think, 24. It's a 40.5 total. Niners minus 3.5. We got Mac Jones starting 4K. Mac Jones at 4K. If you need, he could definitely be optimal at 4K against Saints defense. It's just how much does McCaffrey get? Does McCaffrey get all the touchdowns, or does Mac throw any? McCaffrey 75. Kamara 61. Kamara wasn't used as much in the passing game. And Kendrick was on the field a little bit. Ricky Pearsall at 53. Juwan Jennings is going to play. One of these guys should be good. I lean towards Pearsall because he's just healthier. So I would say Pearsall, Jennings, both in play. I probably will have some Pearsall. Olave 4,900 is pretty good too, man. Sheed 45. They're going to throw the ball. But I'm going to be on mostly just McCaffrey, a little bit of Jones. This guy Tongas, no, I'm okay. Jawan Johnson, 3,600. Very good play. Very, very good play. He's going to be owned. Not as much as Fandon, I don't think. But he was just on the field so much, and they're going to have game script where they should be playing from behind. This is a very fun game. We got Buffalo against the Jets. Josh Allen, 7,100. QBs just aren't expensive enough. They're just not expensive enough. I think my three favorite, we'll get to that at the end, but Lamar, Josh Allen are probably going to be my two favorite quarterbacks. Fields looked great last week, 5,700. It looked like Buffalo's run defense was really bad, though, and that's why I am excited to play Brees Hall, 6,200. It's a good price. It's a very good price for, especially if, like last week, they were playing with the lead. If they're playing from behind, maybe he's just going to play more. I don't know. It's just defense looked bad. He's their best player. Put him on the field. Wide receiver, I'm not going to be on James Cook. Garrett Wilson, 6,500, 55, 51 for Keon, respectively. I'd play some Keon, play some Garrett. Why not? They would be my two favorite. More into the Brees Hall side, but than the Garrett Wilson at least. And then we got Dalton Kincaid, Mason Taylor. I think he's playing. Yeah. All right, Dalton Kincaid, 37. Mason Taylor, 29. Just cheap tight ends. Dalton wasn't as good as we were hoping for with how much we have in best ball, but he's still their best tight end. They need Dawson Knox to just get off the field. Lamar, 7K. Flacco, 5K. People are on the Flacco side too, and I get it. He just passes so much, and he's just fantasy hungry. He feeds out points. But I don't think this is the spot. The Ravens defense is really good. Lamar, 7K. I'm going to be all over. Derrick Henry, 8,200. It's just 700 more than McCaffrey. That's the problem. Of course, he can get there tonight. Judkins is expected to play on the other side. I'm going to be on the Lamar and Zay side of this. Zay, 6,200. He looked insane last week. With Isaiah likely out, Mark Andrews not really involved. I think it's going to be a lot of Zay early in the year. And then tight ends. I'm sorry. We're missing over our favorite tight end play to slate. I forget about tight ends. Howard Fannin. He's just getting all the Njoku stuff. 3,100. He's going to be the chalk. I'm just going to eat the chalk. 3,100 for somebody who's that utilized. Mark Andrews, 47. Way too expensive. Could he get there? Yeah. Chicago, Detroit. Big bounce back spot for Goff. Big bounce back spot for Gibbs. One of them I expect to have a big game today. Who it is, I'm not sure. Caleb looked good. I hear people saying Caleb, oh, he's done. I saw some signs of, like, the mobility last week was very impressive. I like the way he was the first half, and then I think it was just the defense they got to him. Defensive coordinator dialed up some good schemes. But Caleb, 5,400, I think is fine. I think it's absolutely fine. Gibbs, 7,400, 57 for Swift. Maybe a Gibbs over McCaffrey. McCaffrey's going to project better, all of that, but I'm just saying, just a one-for-one swap. I think they're going to have to use Gibbs a lot. J-Mo I like. I like Rome Odunze a lot. 4,800 is a crazy price tag for him. It's their wide receiver one. I know DJ is on paper. I think Rome Odunze at 4,800 could be very, very fun. I'm going to 7K is a lot. 57 if I'm going to be playing Goff. I'm probably playing with Laporta and J-Mo. Laporta 4,800. Loveland 37. Nothing stands out there, but you could do it. Did I skip something? Miami, New England. We got Tua looked awful. Team looked awful. Drake May going against that awful defense. 5,200 I think is totally in play. Tua could have a bounce back spot. I mean, 5,300. It's just I'm not doing it. I did it last week. I told myself I wouldn't do it again. Devon Achane 6,900. Beautiful. It's fine. Travion 5,500. They said there could be some new snaps. I think that means Travion on the field more. Do I trust it? If he was the 5K player, maybe I would, but 55. Against this defense, he could get there. But still, I don't know if he's going to play enough. Tyreek, 6,400. Maybe his bring back. I don't know. It's just one of those things I can't trust this team right now. Somebody I do like, though, Kiki Bate. Looked like the wide receiver one, 4,500. Ran a lot of routes. Against this defense, I'm going to have some May. I probably have some Kiki with him. Diggs didn't really play enough. Kyle Williams, not yet. DeMario looked awful. Tight end, if you're going to do the May thing, you can do Hunter Henry always. And Miami's just not playing a tight end. Let's go over Seattle, Pittsburgh. Not going to be much from this game. Rodgers, 5,500. Darnold, 5K. Not for me. Too good defense. Going to be a very slow game. Kenneth Walker, 5,600. Jalen Warren, 54. Charbonnet, 51. See the problem with these, even Kenneth Gainwell, 44. There's just too many running backs to be used. Can't find one I like there. JSN, 6K. Great price. Great price for how much he's going to get fed. Tough matchup. I think there's better spots. Tight end, they use all of them. These teams are hard. Jonnu Smith looked good last week. Fryermuth caught the touchdown. It's like one of those things. You know what I mean? Rams, Tennessee. All right. Stafford, 5,800. Cam Ward, 4,900. Very cheap for Cam. Good defense versus him. Stafford, 58. I think there's better plays than that. Kyron, 63. Too expensive for me. I don't like Kyron. Tony Pollard, 5,900. I think he's going to be pretty chalky. I don't like chalk underdog running backs against the Rams. I'd rather just play these two. Puka Nacua, 7,600. Just play him. I don't think he's ever, he was on the field for 20% of that game and was the highest scorer on the slate. And then Calvin Ridley, 4,900. If this team falls behind, I think they're going to have to just force feed somebody, and I don't think it's going to be Alec Ianamor. Ayumanor, I don't know how to say it yet. I've been drafting a lot of him. He's good. I think Calvin's going to have a lot of targets. Whether they hit him on them or not, I'm not sure. But 4,900 is a good price from a team that I think is going to have to throw the ball, playing from behind, and he is clearly their number one option. Carolina, Arizona. Oh, I'm sorry, tight ends. Tight ends, Higbee, Ferguson. Let's see. Chig Okongwu, 3,300. It's fine, but I like Ridley. Higbee, 3,100. I am okay. I'd rather just play Fannin. Jawan Johnson. Carolina. Arizona. Bounce backs. Kyler looked okay. He looked okay. 6,400. I think it's way too expensive for Kyler, but he looked okay. $600 less than Lamar Jackson. Bryce Young, 5,100. He looked awful on the other hand. James Conner, 6,600, and Truba, 6K. I think Benson's just good, so I don't think it's fully Conner's backfield, and that's why he still gets there. He gets there on that weird shovel pass last week, but I don't know. I think Benson's going to eat into a little bit. Chuba playing from behind, not a fun script. Marv, Tet. Marv looked better. If you're going to go for Tet, it's just because he should have the targets. It's whether Bryce can throw him the ball accurately or not. I'm not sure. But I do like Tet McMillan a lot. Trey McBride, 6K. Jatavian Sanders, 31. If you're going to spend up a tight end, Trey, perfect. He could separate from all the other tight ends in this slate. He might, actually. It might be a good way to play. Playing Trey McBride. Denver against the Colts. Bo Nix, 6,100. Did not look good last week. 5,200. Totally different matchup for Daniel Jones than last week. I'm not going to be playing either of these quarterbacks. Jonathan Taylor, 6,700. Always in play because he's JT, but not an easy spot. J.K. Dobbins and Harvey. Can't do it with Bidet. Cortland Sutton, 63. 5,100 for Michael Pittman. Daniel Jones seems to like him a lot. Tough matchup here. Pretty much a throwaway game. Tyler Warren, 4,500. That's who they want to go to. It's just this defense is not going to make it easy on anybody, and the prices are up. And then Philadelphia versus Kansas City Chiefs. Jalen Hurts, 6,800. Too cheap. Way too cheap. 6,800 for Jalen Hurts. 6,200 for Mahomes. Too cheap. It's too cheap. It's just, on the Hurts side, you get A.J. Brown, you get Devontae. I don't think Goddard's playing. No, he is not. But I say our. Philadelphia, I live in Philadelphia. I'm an Eagles fan. Our cornerback 2 got lit up last week. Who plays wide receiver 2 for Mahomes today? I don't know. Is it Tyquan Thornton? I don't know. But I think that this game could be. I think that Mahomes will be able to put up some points just because he's Patrick Mahomes. And our defense did not look the same as it did last year. And if we get pushed, Jalen Hurts could have an absolutely massive game here. Absolutely massive. Kansas City's defense didn't look good either. I know it's early in the year, it could be, but these are two great offenses, one of the highest totals on the slate. They're going to have points. If Rice and Worthy were playing today, this would be the top fantasy game of the week. You know? It's just Mahomes 6,200. It's going to be hard. Do you stack him with Hollywood? Hollywood got all the targets. Are they going to adjust? Because last week they kind of threw Hollywood into that Worthy role, but now that they had a week to prepare, is that going to be him? I don't think so. We'll see. But Saquon 8K, I'm not really into I'm into the stacks here. I like Hurts with AJ and Devontae. I like Mahomes with, even if you want to take a shot, I'm being serious, on Tyquan Thornton as the wide receiver 2. Maybe he goes over the top if you don't want to play the Hollywood chalk. But even Hollywood 5,200 is going to project insanely well. I like this game a lot here. Tight end, Kelsey's dust. Alcantara, maybe, but you just don't need to. You don't need to do it. All right, everybody. Best of luck on week 2, Millie Maker. Thank you to Draftkings for giving us this opportunity. Our favorite plays overall at quarterback is going to be Josh Allen, Lamar, and Jalen Hurts, the 3 most expensive. If you're going into the mid-range or lower, Drake May. I like 4K all the way down for Mason Jones just because he's so cheap. But I'm paying up at quarterback today. I think Josh, Lamar, Hurts are my 3 favorite plays. Running backs, McCaffrey, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Breece Hall, my favorites. I think that's about as low as I'd really go. You could play some ETN. I think ETN's fine. Absolutely fine. But I like Breece. I like Breece a lot for a little bit more expensive. Browns RB warm-up order. Give me a second. It doesn't matter. Jerome Ford was first, and he's not going to be first, so they're just trolling. Wide receiver. Chase Lamb, Puka. Puka's going to be the one who's not owned at all out of these guys. I like Puka. Puka, Chase Lamb. Garrett's fine. JMO. Tep. Ricky Pearsall's in a great spot. Keon Coleman. Roma Dunze and Calvin Ridley. These $4,800, $4,900 right here. This fits very well with what I'm trying to do today. And these are both number 1 receivers on their team. In pass script. Should be pass script scenarios. And then tight end, I'm just playing these 2. 3. I do have a strange lineup. Johnson, Strange, Harold Fannin. All right, everybody. Thank you to DraftKings for giving us this opportunity. Once again, it's VCELS0812, Millie Chaser DFS. You can sign up using my link in the description. Feel free to comment, like the video, and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I answer all comments, so if you guys need anything or have any questions, please feel free to let me know. You can reach me on Twitter, VCELS0812, and Millie Chaser DFS. Thank you to DraftKings for giving us this opportunity. Have a great day, everyone.